Hey everyone, Mark Stephen Pooler here, brilliant speaker. And today I'm joined by an incredible guest, Steve Lowell. Steve is a #1 international best-selling author and award-winning global speaker. Steve, I'm really looking forward to a conversation with you today.
Well, so am I, Mark, and thanks so much for inviting me. And congratulations on the work that you're doing, because you're bringing a lot of people into the limelight, changing a lot of lives, and hats off to you.
Thank you so much. I'm just doing what I enjoy and what I'm passionate about. Steve, for people that don't know you, can you share a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Yeah, sure. So I do a lot of things, but primarily, Mark, I've been a speaker trainer for about the last 30 years. And so I spend a lot of my time, if I'm not on the platform, I spend a lot of my time with professional speakers, helping them bring their game to the elite world class level. And I work a lot with business people, entrepreneurs, coaches, trainers, authors, speakers, all these people who use the platform and use speaking to drive clients into their business. And so I help them develop that messaging and help them bring that messaging to the platform with a lot of power and conviction. And my wife, Jane, and I have we've combined our businesses over the last few years. We're a fairly new couple, and my wife Jane is known as the seven-figure mindset mentor, and she's got a great story because she came from an eight-figure business, retired from that business in 2010, and now helps people develop their own business mindset. So we spend a lot of time traveling the world. We speak at conferences, and I am the 2021 president of the Global Speakers Federation. Right now, at the time of this recording, I'm the vice president. And as part of that network, that puts us in touch with close to 56,000 professional speakers around the world. So we spend a lot of our time at their conventions and conferences, and helping them and speaking with them and training them and coaching them, and just networking with them and building this amazing community of professional speakers.
It's great work what you're doing, Steve, and how nice that you can do that journey with Jane. Firstly, I would like to ask, what do you normally speak about? What topic? And also, I'd like to know what Jane speaks about as well.
Yeah, sure. So the topics that I typically speak about are topics relating to speaking. So people bring me into their conventions and conferences and into their organizations to help them understand the world of professional speaking from all different levels. So I speak about how to craft a professional keynote style message, how to be present on the platform at the professional world class elite level, and how to position yourself in your marketplace as the only logical choice in your field. And so we do a lot of that kind of thing, but it's usually about something about speaking. And it's not always about platform. It's not always about being on the big stages. Oftentimes speaking occurs in the boardroom, and even one-on-one, but primarily I speak about the different facets of the speaking business and the craft and art of the platform. Now, Jane's background is a very interesting background. She came from, like I said, an eight-figure business. It was a manufacturing business, and what she did was she brought that business from 5.5 million to 11.4 million within a single year, but not by changing her strategies or her approach, by changing her belief systems and her mindset. And so she's mastered that art. And so when she retired from that business in 2010, she decided that she wanted to help other people master the belief systems. And so this is what she speaks about. She speaks about belief systems, and she helps people identify patterns in their lives that are not serving them, that are driven by belief systems that they don't even know exist, and then helps them to change those belief systems and then thereby changing the patterns. So that's sort of where Jane's expertise lies.
What a great combination, you two together, because
Yeah.
speaking is a really important skill to have. It helps to gain sales, to grow your business, to build relationships. So, one that is really important, but then with the combination of belief systems, which I too am really, really big on. Steve, I think people do hold themselves back with their belief systems. And I believe you can create any reality you'd like to create by changing your belief systems, the choices what you make, and repetition. So what a great combination. Now, you're a #1 international best-selling author. Can you share a little bit about your book?
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting because I've got two books now. I wrote one in 2011 called From Stage Fright to Spotlight, and it was designed to help people who are just starting in speaking. But what happened was over the last 5 or 6 years, the work that I've been doing has been it's been getting a lot of attention, and so people have been asking me, Steve, when are you going to write the book? And the thing is, Mark, I don't really like to write that much. It's not like I can't wait to write my next book, but I was getting a lot of people ask about the book. And so I thought, okay, I'll write the book. And for about 2 years, I kept, dabbling and doing a little bit, and I couldn't get the momentum. And then this past October, Jane and I took 2 weeks off. We went to a cottage in the middle of nowhere where there was no internet, there was no phone service, and we shut down, and I wrote the book. And the book is called Deep Thought Strategy. And the Deep Thought Strategy is basically this. It's about, we get caught up in what I call the thinking big myth, where as business people, we want to, we're always encouraged to think big and do more and go bigger and, all of these things. And for all of my life, I tried that concept of thinking big, and I always fail miserably. And so I kept getting caught into this thinking big myth. And I started to get to the point where I didn't believe that thinking big was going to work. And then it became a habit for me to think small because thinking big didn't work for me. But then after I met Jane, and she did some Jedi mind tricks on me with her magnificent skills that she's got, our business started to soar. And so I thought, well, what has changed? So I started to take a look at what actually changed in our business that caused the increase. And I realized there were some patterns in there that I had changed that I didn't know I had changed. So I documented all those patterns. And what I realized was that thinking big as of itself is not a strategy. That's a strategy for almost near certain failure, unless you first think deep. And there are certain things that I did that prepared us for thinking bigger and going global. And it's those things that the book is written about. And it's really about taking your expertise and packaging it up in a way that only you can claim ownership of. And it's about really understanding your client's world better than they do, and presenting your clients or your audiences with a snapshot of their world that they'd never considered before. And that's how we get attention. And so the deep thought strategy is about digging into your expertise and your wisdom and your knowledge and your experience, and formulating this package of wisdom that I call your expert insights that only you can claim ownership of. And then how do you take that message that no one else in the world has? How do you bring that to the platform and present it with power and conviction and authority, and position yourself as the only logical choice in your field? So the book is about that. So I wrote the book because people kept asking me, when's the book coming out? So we spent that time at the cottage. We wrote the book, we got it published, and we put it out. And I think about less than 24 hours after we published it on Amazon, it went to #1 in 4 different countries, and both the paperback and the Kindle version. It just sort of, within an hour or two, it just sort of shot off the charts, and it's been selling well ever since. And so that's the story about the book.
Well, what a great way to spend 2 weeks, because I know the process of writing a book, and it can take a good 12 months or even longer.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it was great that you take some quiet time and really took some time to get that book out there. And can people get a hold of this book? Where can they get it from?
Oh yeah, it's on Amazon.com or Amazon. It's so Amazon.ca in Canada, Amazon.com pretty much everywhere else. Amazon.co.uk is there, but you'll find it on Amazon. Just search my name, Steve Lowell. Both books will come up, and you'll see it there.
So, our conversation today, I want to talk all about the Canadian Wealth Summit in Toronto on the
Yep.
21st of March. I'd like to add, if you would like to ask Steve a question, type it in the comment section of the post and he will come into the post to answer any questions. Also, please share the broadcast, and that would really help us get this content out to the right eyes. So do feel free to share the broadcast, give us a like, and ask any questions in the comment section. So you're speaking at the Canadian Wealth Summit, 21st of March. Grant Cardone, Kevin Hart, Kevin Harrington, Sunil Tulsiani, 2,500 people, Roy Thompson Hall, big platform. You must be so excited, Steve.
We are really excited. You know, we've done some really great presentations with some great people. We recently worked with Jack Canfield here in Ottawa. We're working with Brian Tracy and his son Michael Tracy. We've got some amazing things coming up. There's one coming up with Les Brown that we're working on. But this one in Toronto with that team is just so exciting because the thing about those four people, you know, is the, you know, Grant and the two Kevins and Sunil, is they all bring different types of energy. They all bring different kinds of wisdom, and there's so much electricity around this event. And I mean, I would be like crazy excited just to be sitting in the audience of this event, you know, let alone be part of the platform. And so, yeah, it's really exciting for us.
I'm very excited because I have got platinum tickets, so I will be
Oh,
having
good.
lunch with Grant Cardone. I'll be having photos, so I'm just so looking forward to this event. Can you share, what will you be speaking about? What will you be sharing with the audience?
Yeah, so there's a story. I'll take you back to 2010, and I'll just give you a snapshot of this story. I was in 2010. My business was doing okay, but it wasn't going where I really needed it to go, and I'd kind of hit a plateau, and I was kind of stuck there for a long time. And I was walking through the halls of a venue here in Ottawa, and there was all these Christmas decorations because it was December, and the place looked magnificent. And I had asked the lady who ran the venue. I said to her, "Did you do this? Did you put these Christmas decorations up?" And she said, "No." She gave me the name of the lady, and then she said these words, Mark. She said, "She's really expensive. She's the very best if you can even get her." And I said, "That's what I want. I want people saying that about me," right? But at the time, I was thinking, "There's no way that's ever going to happen to me because I'm struggling. Really, I mean, I'm okay where I am, but I'm having a hard time getting known around the world and all these different things." But since that time, so much has happened, and now with the people in my circles of influence who are professional speakers around the world, if you ask anybody who knows me in those circles, they will say, "Oh yeah, he's really expensive, but he's the very best, and he's really busy. I might not even get him." And so what I'm going to talk about is the process to get there. How do you get from a state of what I call obscurity to a state of what I call the one, where you become the only logical choice in your field? And so I'm going to talk about that process so that people have an understanding of what it takes in order to stand out and get noticed within those circles of influence and become the only logical choice in your field. And I know so many people, Mark, I know you do too, who struggle to get noticed, who struggle to stand out. And they're always competing for business. They're always competing against price or against perceived value or whatever. And they're always trying to get the business before their competitors does. And their entire business becomes a competitive struggle just to get the business. And so what I'm going to be speaking about is, how do you supersede that? How do you circumvent that? How do you get past that and position yourself as the only logical choice in your field so that you don't have to worry so much about the competition anymore, and you can pick your own clients, you can charge whatever fees you want to be charged, you get paid what you're really worth, and you build your business to support the lifestyle that you desire, rather than having the lifestyle that your business can afford.
What comes to my mind is cheap is not always the best option. And
Yes.
I am really excited about your topic, Steve. To me, that's very interesting. And it's a little bit different to the other speakers because obviously we're talking a lot about real estate and
Mhm.
mindset. But I'm really, really looking forward to hearing that presentation. I think I will get lots of value from that as well. Canadian Wealth Summit, 21st of March, Toronto. Grant Cardone, Kevin Harrington, Sunil Tulsiani, Kevin Hart. I think I've already said that. The amazing Steve Lowell. And this event is a must attend if you're a real estate investor, but also if you are an entrepreneur, come along to hear Steve's speech. You will gain so much value from it. Incredible food. If you're from the UK going to Canada, the exchange rate is incredible. We get double our dollar for our pounds, so that's another reason to attend. Sunil puts on the most incredible events. You'll build a great network of people. Networking with like-minded people, you will definitely get business and business connections and relationships from this event. If you would like tickets, I will drop a link in the comment section below. If you're a friend of Steve, please reach out to him because he will get you a great deal, great seating for tickets. Please share the broadcast. If you've got any questions for Steve, ask them in the comments section below. So Steve, in your words, why should people make the effort and come to Canadian Wealth Summit in March?
To me, Mark, it's a no-brainer because you're going to have some of the greatest minds in business and in wealth mastery on that platform all in one place. And you're going to have, here's what's going to happen in that event. Somebody on that platform, whether it's me or Grant or Sunil or whatever, somebody on that platform is going to shake your belief systems. Somebody on that platform is going to change your perspective about your condition. Somebody on that platform is going to cause you to think differently than you've ever thought before. And there's going to be that one thing that enters your mind that's going to make you go, there it is. I got it now. And that one seed, whatever it is, and from whoever it comes, that one seed, it could potentially change the trajectory of your entire life, because the minds, the collective wisdom at that event, it's mind-boggling, and so I think it's a no-brainer. You have to be there, because if you don't, you never know what you're going to miss. Opportunities that you have no idea exist could fly right by you, and you'll never even know that it happened.
Jane must be very excited to see you on that platform as well, Steve.
Yeah, she is. Jane's my biggest fan, and I'm her biggest fan. But everybody's all really excited. I mean, certainly this is the most prominent platform I think that we've been on, because I mean, look at the names that are on. They're the biggest. And so we're crazy excited about it. And yeah, Jane's very excited about it too. Now, I should also tell you that Jane also has some big things coming up. She's on the stage with Deepak Chopra in the fall, and we're working on some more things. So there's a lot going on, but certainly this one for the immediate future is the one that we are focusing on, and this is the one we're most excited about for now.
I just can't share how excited I am. This event is just phenomenal. I went to Toronto last year, picked up thousands of pounds worth of business, built relationships, which has led me to go back this year. That's how much I can vouch for this event, that I have gone again a second year running. It's so worth it. If you would like tickets, please reach out, inbox me, inbox Steve if you're from Steve's network. I will also add a link in the post. So Steve, what are you working on right now apart from Grant Cardone? I know that must be taking lots of your time. What's new for you at the moment? What are you working on at present?
So it's a good question, and it's interesting because just before the holidays, before Christmas time, Jane and I developed a network called the Wealthy Entrepreneurs Network, or WEN Global is what we call it. And the reason we developed the WEN Global Network, Mark, is because my time has been totally maxed out in terms of one-on-one clients and speaking and the training and all the stuff that we're doing. And I was literally out of time. I did not have the time to take on a single client. And so, and Jane's time is being, quite eaten up because not only does she have her own clients, but she also runs the business. And so we had basically maxed out our availability. And so we thought, man, we have to do something. So we created this network called the Wealthy Entrepreneurs Network, or WEN Global. And what it does is it provides our clients with a really easy opportunity to stay in touch with us. And so what we do now is we do more public events. In fact, we got 2 this week alone, and I think we got 4 in April. And I mean, there's just so many. And so what we do is public events now, and we invite all of our clients to bring their guests, bring their clients, and we do these amazing full day events. Sunil is a big part of this, and a lot of his network. And so it gives our clients access to us that they otherwise wouldn't have. And now what that allows us to do is not only keep inviting people into our orbit, but it also frees up some of our personal time now so that we can dedicate it, a little bit more effectively to things like writing and to things like developing more content and speaking and traveling, because Jane and I go all over the world. And we just got back from a trip where we were in Africa. We spoke in Namibia. And in the last month, we've been in San Diego, we've been to Seattle, we've been to Portland, we've been to Toronto many times, been to Montreal, we've been to South Africa, we've been to to Namibia, we've been to Europe, like all of this since Christmas, right? And so we're always moving. And so this WEN Global Network, the Wealthy Entrepreneurs Network, is really giving us an opportunity to serve our clients more often. And it gives our clients an opportunity to be with us more often. And it opens up some space to bring more people into the orbit. And so it gives us a chance to connect people, gives us a chance to refer people to other networks, and to really get that momentum of connection and relationships happening, so that there's a tremendous amount of value in being part of that organization because of the tentacles we have and the connections we have with other organizations around the world. And it's really starting to pick up momentum, and people are finding tremendous value in it.
Really exciting things that you're working on. It sounds very busy, and it's great that you've got Jane and you're doing this all together.
Yeah,
I'm
for sure.
really looking forward to seeing your presentation. I'll come over and hopefully we'll get a coffee, or we can say hello at the event and network together. That will be great too. Lastly, how can people reach out to you, Steve? How can people connect with you?
Yeah, the best way is to go to our websites. I'll give you 2 websites. One of them is stevelowell.com. That's Steve, Lowell, stevelowell.com. That's my personal website. And then the Lowells.global. The Lowells.global will take you to the WEN Global Network website, and that's our website that we've recently launched. And so all of the connections are, the way to contact us is all there. So we're pretty easy to find. And if you Google Steve Lowell, you'll see I kind of come up, and I have a YouTube channel. So we're all over the place online. But to find out more about us and to see what's going on, go to stevelowell.com and/or the Lowells.global.
Steve, I've really enjoyed a conversation with you. Thank you for giving me your time today. Really looking forward to seeing you on that great stage in Toronto. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. And thank you for having me. And I'm looking forward to meeting you too, Mark. And we'll see you on the 21st of March in Toronto at the Roy Thomson Hall.
You certainly will. Guys, thank you everyone for watching Canadian Wealth Summit, 21st of March, Roy Thomson Hall, Grant Cardone, Kevin Harrington, Kevin Hart, Sunil Tulsiani, Steve Lowell, all of the other amazing speakers. If you're a real estate investor, entrepreneur, coach, author, business owner, you must be at this event. If you'd like tickets and you're coming from Steve's network, reach out to him. I'll pop a link in the comments section, or you can inbox me. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, see you later. Bye for now.